It was just supposed to be one night, a layover. My connecting flight got canceled. Airport hotel was full, so the airline gave me a voucher for a nearby motel. I was tired. Didn't care where I slept. Just needed a bed and a door I could lock. It was almost midnight when I got there. The place was called Southridge Inn. Flickering neon, cracked windows. One of those places that always smells faintly of bleach and cigarette smoke no matter how clean it is. The front desk guy barely looked at me. Just scanned the voucher, grunted, and handed me a key. Not a card, a key. With a tag that said, Room 103. I nodded, took the key, rolled my suitcase down a narrow, poorly lit corridor. I passed a few doors, 104, 105, 102. I paused. Room 103 was at the very end. The door looked off, faded green paint, scratched around the handle like someone had tried to force it open. And no peephole. Whatever. I was too tired to care. I opened the door. The light inside didn't work. Had to feel my way along the wall until I found the lamp on a nightstand. Click. It turned on. Diamond Soins yellow. Old. The room was ordinary. Queen bed, small desk, mini fridge, stained carpet, a mirror that hadn't been cleaned in years. One of those motel Bibles in the drawer. But when I opened it, all the pages were blank. I blinked. Closed it. Maybe a misprint. Maybe a prank. Didn't matter. I set my bag down, sat on the edge of the bed, and that's when I noticed it. The sound. Faint, but steady. Breathing. Coming from the vent. Not mechanical, not air moving, breathing. I leaned closer. Put my hand near the vent. No air, but the sound was there. Inhale, pause, exhale, slow, human. I stepped back, closed the vent cover, put a towel over it. Didn't want to think about it. I lay down, fully dressed. Shoes on, just in case. The clock on the nightstand blinked 12:04. I set my alarm for 5 a.m. I didn't plan to stay any longer than I had to. I turned off the lamp. Darkness. But before I could close my eyes, a knock. Software deliberate. 3 times. I sat up. It came again, not from the hallway, from inside the room, not the door, not the window, the closet. I stood, heart racing, crossed the room slowly, took a handle. It was ice cold. I opened the door, empty. Just a few wire hangers, an old ironing board, dust. But the dust had been disturbed, like something had stepped out. I didn't sleep that night. Sat on the bed with the lamp on. Every so often I'd hear the vent, a breath, or the closet creak, or the mirror buzz, like a whisper just at the edge of hearing. At 4:42 a.m. I couldn't take it anymore. I packed up, grabbed my bag, opened the door. And there he was, a man. Middle-aged, motel uniform, pale. But what made me freeze wasn't his face, it was his eyes. They were locked on the key in my hand. He didn't blink. He whispered, "Who gave you that room?" The man at the door didn't move. He just stood there, staring at the old metal key in my hand like it didn't belong in this world. "Who gave you that room?" He whispered again. I stammered something about the airline, the voucher, the guy at the desk. He shook his head slowly. "That room's not in the system." Pause. "No one's supposed to go in there." He took a step back, his voice low. "Pack your things, and don't touch anything else." I already had my bag. I backed out into the hallway. He didn't follow me, he just watched, like he was waiting to see if I'd disappear. At the front desk, the night clerk was gone. No chair, no register, just emptiness. I stood there for almost a minute before someone else came out from the back. Older man, manager, maybe. He looked at me. then at the key in my hand. His face dropped. He didn't say, "How can I help you?" He said, "You stayed in 103?" I nodded. He didn't ask how or why. He just said, "You need to go. Right now." Outside, the sky was still dark. I called a rideshare and stood beneath the flickering motel sign. The driver pulled up. I tossed my bag in the back. When I looked out the window, I saw the manager still standing in the doorway, watching, not blinking, not moving. At the airport, I checked in early, sat down in a corner of the terminal, tried to nap, tried to tell myself I'd imagined everything. But around 7:12 a.m., I reached for my boarding pass, and something was in my jacket pocket. Something I hadn't put there. A folded note. Same paper. Same handwriting as the one from the motel nightstand. One line. "You were supposed to stay longer." I dropped it. Didn't pick it up. Boarded my flight and never looked back. That was a week ago. But now things are starting to happen. The lights in my apartment flicker at 12:04 a.m. My closet door creaks open. Even when latched, I hear breathing, faint, steady, through the bathroom vent. And last night, when I checked my front door before bed, there was a tag hanging from the knob. A motel-style plastic key tag, worn, cracked. It read, "Room 103. I didn't bring that key back with me. I threw it away. I'm sure I did. And yet, here it is. This morning, I went to call the Southridge Inn to ask them what was going on, but no number, no listing. I looked it up on satellite view. The location was there. Empty lot. No building, no motel, no anything. So now I sleep with the lights on. I block the vent. I stack furniture against the closet door. None of it helps. Every night I hear the knock, 3 times, sometimes from the door, sometimes from behind the mirror. But last night it came from under my bed, and when I looked, I swear to God, there was a hand. Small, pale. Fingers pressed against the wood. Then it slid back into the dark. I haven't left the apartment in 2 days. I keep the TV on just to drown out the breathing. But a few minutes ago, the screen glitched. It froze, went dark, and then showed me something I can't explain. A live feed of room 103. The bed, the desk, the vent, and someone, or something, standing in the doorway, waiting. I turned it off, but the screen stayed on. Just now, my phone buzzed. No number. One message. "Come back. We're not done." If you ever see room 103 on a motel tag, don't take it. Don't even touch it. Because once you're in, it never really lets you leave.